Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. And we got some more Braves 1978 baseball, the second game of a three-game series between the Atlanta Braves and San Diego Padres. And the lead it all for the Braves, playing second base is Royster, batting second, playing center field is Bunnell, batting third, playing right field is Matthews, batting fourth, playing left field is Burris, batting fifth, playing first base is Murphy, batting sixth, playing third base is Horner, batting seventh on the catching is Pocoroba, batting eighth, playing shortstop is Cheney, and on the mound, batting ninth is Devine. For the hometown San Diego Padres, you have leading off, playing left field Richards, batting second, playing shortstop Smith, batting third, playing first base Thomas, batting fourth, playing center field Winfield, batting fifth, playing right field Gamble, batting sixth, playing second base Gonzalez, batting seventh on the catching is Sweet, batting eighth, playing third base Allman, and on the mound, batting ninth is Shirley. And down to Jack Murphy Stadium we will go. And I'll lead it off here for the Braves. Jerry Royster batting .275 with no homers and 16 RBIs. Bob Shirley making his 14th start of the year. He's 5-6 with a 3.13 ERA. Here's the pitch to Royster. And that's going to be a base on balls. Jerry trots on down the first. And that'll bring up Barry Bunnell. And the Braves are going to do a little hit and run here with Barry batting .229 with no homers and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Richards makes the catch. Royster scampers back to first. And Tim, Cleveland baseball fan, joins us. Check out his great channel, folks. That brings up the Sarge, Gary Matthews. He's batting .228 with 3 homers and 17 RBIs. And here's the pitch to Matthews. And that ball is hit out in the center field. You got Dave Winfield out there. And that's going to be a single. And a runner's going to get down to second. Winfield couldn't quite get to it. So now you got first and second and one out for Jeff Burris. Can the Braves get on the board here first today? Burris is hitting .320 on the year. He's got 10 homers and 39 RBIs. Here's the pitch. And he gets a hold of this. And with Royster's speed at first, he should be able to score here, even on a single. And that's going to be a double. Now we got to see if Matthews can score from first. That'll be a double in right field. Now that'll be in the left field. Matthews got pretty good speed. Richards does not have a very good arm at all out there. Let's see here. A 23. And you got the big boys coming up, but 23, they're going to send him a 45 or lower. It's a 2 RBI double, and he's barely in there. Sweet is hopping mad. Thinks he plowed the tag. The ump's not changing his mind. That is a 2 RBI double by Jeff Burris. He's standing down at second. The Braves 2. The Padres still to come to bat. Murphy at the plate. Murph's batting .221 with 12 homers and 27 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. He's going to throw over to Shirley covering. And Murphy will get down the third. Burris will get down the third. And now you got a runner at third for Bob Horner. Horner's batting .214. And 1 homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Shirley strikes him out. But the 2 RBI double by Burris. Braves 2, Padres still to bat. You got Richards, Smith, and Thomas due up here for the Padres. Gene's batting .257 with 2 homers and 19 RBIs. Devine making his third start. He is 0-2 with a 4.82 ERA. Here's the pitch to Richards. And that's going to be against the righty. That's going to be a base hit. So the Padres get the leadoff batter aboard just like the Braves. See if they can drive him in. Ozzie Smith comes to the plate now. Runner on first, no outs. Smith batting .265 on the year. 3 homers, 23 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Matthews for out number 1. And Gene is going to take off and try to steal here. Tokoroba does not have a very good arm. That'll be a 31. 61 or lower. He's safe. And he throws him out. Biff Tokoroba throws out Gene Richards trying to steal. Now there's 2 outs and nobody on. Nice job by Biff. Now you got 2 outs. Thomas at the plate, batting .227 with no homers and 16 RBIs. And that's going to be, of course, a base on balls after a runner gets thrown out. You always got to have a base runner then. And now you got Dave Winfield up, batting .257 with a runner at first with 11 homers and 37 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Matthews. He's back near the track, makes the catch. And the Padres strand 1. We go to the top of the second and a 2-0 Braves lead. Speaking of Tokoroba throwing Gene out, he's going to lead off this second inning. Followed by Cheney and DeVine, the bottom third of the order. Biff's batting .264 with 6 homers and 18 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ozzie. He fires over to first, and there is 1 out. And Cheney comes to the plate. Darrell batting .217 with a homer and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Allman. He fires over to Thomas, and there is now 2 outs. Can DeVine get aboard here and help his own cause? DeVine is 0 for 5 on the year. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Gene. The Braves go down in order. We go to the bottom of the second. It's still 2-0 Atlanta. We got Gamble due up. He'll be followed by Gonzalez and Sweet. Double G's are up. You see Atlanta has 1 more game here against the Padres. Then they head on up to San Francisco, take on the Giants in a 4-game series. Oscar's batting .304 with 4 homers and 29 RBIs. And we drop the dice. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Oscar gets aboard. So again, Padres get the leadoff batter aboard here. This time with a walk. Can they cash in this time? That brings up Gonzalez. He's batting .129, no homers and 3 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Gonzalez. And that's just what the doctor ordered. That ball is hit down to Jerry Royster at second. Over to short, over to first, 6-4-3 double play. Now there's nobody on and 2 outs for Rick Sweet. Sweet batting .208 with a homer and 9 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this. How big was that double play now? And Rick hits that ball into the gap in right field. And now there's just a runner down at second and 2 outs instead of a run-scoring double. And now you got Allman up. Allman's batting .224 with no homers and 21 RBIs. And he gets a smash with this one. Where's this one going to go? In the right field. Sweet has terrible speed. Matthews not a very good arm. We'll see how this works out here. Be a 52. A 33. Can Matthews throw him out here? A 63 or lower. Here's the throw from Matthews, and he's in there with an RBI single by Allman. Makes it a 1-run ball game. And a runner still down there at first. Now Shirley's up. Shirley is batting .214 on the year, no homers and 1 RBI. He says he don't need no stinking DH. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Matthews. That'll end the inning. but the RBI single makes it a 2-1 ball game as we go to the top of the third. With the top of the order due up here, Royster, Bunnell, and Matthews. Royster walked and came around the score back in the first. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Thomas at first. He takes it himself, and there's one down. And Bunnell comes to the plate. He flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. 10. 9, and that's going to be a fly ball out to center field, I believe. Yep, a fly ball out to Winfield for out number 2. Nice play by Dave. Took a base hit away from Barry. Here comes Sarge up. He singled and came around the score his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball. This time Gene gets in the gap, calls for it, makes the catch. The Braves go down 1, 2, 3. To the bottom of the third we go. The top of the order due up here for the Padres. Richard, Smith, and Thomas. Gene's 1 for 1. Got caught stealing his first time up. That's going to be another base on balls. He's down at first again. Ozzie Smith comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. They're going to do a little hit and run here. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And the only play will be over the first. Wait a second here. 64. Yep, any play will be over the first. Runner will get down in the scoring position. And there's one out. And Thomas comes to the plate. He walked his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. 2 and a 2 should be fielding column 1. It is. That's going to be shallow hit. Richards is going to hold. No use trying to get thrown out at third. A single probably scoring. So now there's 2 down. Dave Winfield up. And Winfield is 0 for 1. Flew out the right his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Nope, back to the mound. And he'll fire over to first. And that'll end the inning. The Padres strand 1. We get to the top of the fourth. Braves hanging on to a 2-1 lead here. You got the big boys coming up. Burris, Murphy, and Horner. Jeff had that RBI double. Drove in both runs so far. And that's going to be a comebacker to Shirley. He fires over to first. 1 down. Here comes Dale Murphy up now. Murphy's 0 for 1 today. Grounded out his first time up. That's going to be a fly ball out to left. 2 quick outs here in the fourth. Bob Horner get a 2-out rally started here. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. It'll be a 16. That's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Dave Winfield with a nice play. Horner's out of there, and the Braves go down 1, 2, 3. To the bottom of the fourth we go. You got Gamble, Gonzalez, and Sweet due up. Oscar walked his first time up. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Devine with his first strikeout of the game. 1 down here in the fourth. Gonzalez now, he grounded into that 6-4-3 double play his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Horner. He fires across the diamond for out number 2. And it's going to be up to Sweet to get something started here. He's 1 for 1 today. He doubled and came around to score the only run of the ball game for San Diego. That's going to be a base on ball. So Sweet's on base again. Bill Allman's up. He had that RBI single his first time up. Here's the pitch to Allman. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Devine strikes him out. And the Padres leave a runner on at first. To the top of the fifth we go. The bottom part of the order due up here for the Braves. Pocoroba, Cheney, and Devine. Biff 0 for 1 today. And that's a ground ball down to Smith. Easy play for Ozzie, and there's 1 down. Daryl Cheney up now. He grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Shirley's second strikeout of the game. So can Devine show you that you don't need no stinking DH in this league. Here's the pitch to Devine, 0 for 1. That's going to be a ground ball down the first. That's going to be a nice play down there by Thomas. He's going to take it himself. And that's a 1-2-3, top of the fifth. To the bottom of the fifth we go with the bottom part of the order up. Shirley due up and turns over to Richards and Smith. Bob's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Royster. Out number 1. Back to the top of the order we go, and Gene Richards. He's been on base both times. He has singled and walked. Here's the pitch to Gene. And that's going to be the first time they get him out. That's a ground ball down the third. Warner fires across, and they get him by a step. And there's 2 outs. And the Wizard of Oz is up. He's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Royster. And it's a 1-2-3 fifth. To the top of the sixth we go with the top of the order due up here for the Braves. Hanging on to a 2-1 lead. Royster, Bunnell, and Matthews. Jerry's 0 for 1. He has walked in this game. That's going to be a ground ball down to his counterpart, Gonzalez, who throws him out. And there's 1 down. Can Barry get something going here? He's 0 for 2. He's flown out the left and center. And that's going to be against the lefty, an 8. And that's going to be a base hit. Gene can't get to this one, and he takes it on the bounce. And Bunnell's aboard here with a 1-out single. Let's see if these 3, 4, 5 hitters can do something about it. Gary Matthews is 1 for 2, singled and came around the score back in the first. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be a single. That'll be a single, and that'll make it first and second. So Matthews is aboard, and the Braves are making some noise here against Shirley. Jeff Burris is up, first and second, in a 2-1 game. Can he add to this lead? Jeff is 1 for 2 with a 2 RBI double back in the first. And that's going to be a base on ball. Shirley's in a heap of trouble. Heap of trouble here. The Murph is up. Base is loaded. Everywhere you look, there's a Brave. Bunnell at third, Matthews at second, Burris at first, and the Murph at the plate. He was 0 for 2. 1 swing in the back. Can the Murph bust this game open as we drop the dice? And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Shirley with a big strikeout. Now there's 2 down, and it's up to Bob Horner here. Base is still loaded. The Braves up 2-1. Horner 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. And again, we dropped the damn dice. Dang. How many times are we going to drop the dice today? That is the question. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. The Braves, 1 out, bases loaded. Don't get anything out of the mess. And had the big boys up. That's costly. They strand 3. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still a 2-1 ball game. And you got Thomas, Winfield, and Gamble. 3, 4, 5 hitters due up here. See what happens is Thomas is 0 for 1. He has walked in that game. Yeah, exactly. It's not an official game until you drop the dice. Yeah, I sure made it official. I think I've dropped them 3 times in a row there. That's for sure. So here's the pitch to Thomas. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. So the Tide runs aboard here. With nobody out and Dave Winfield up. Can they get a ground ball double play out of Winfield? He's 0 for 2. He did ground out his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. He's going to spin around, throw down the second. They'll get the lead runner, but that's as much as they'll get. That's a 1-6 putout. Not hit hard enough to get Winfield with his speed. And Winfield's going to try to take off for second here. Biff's already thrown out one runner. This will be a 61 or lower for Winfield to be safe. Can Biff do it again? Nope. Winfield's safe with a stolen base. So now you got a runner down in scoring position with Oscar Gamble up. Gamble's 0 for 1. He has yet to put the ball in play. He has walked and struck out. That's going to be a ground ball. Ground ball back down to first. Murphy's up with it. He tosses it over to Devine covering. The runner will get down to third. Now you got 2 outs. Winfield at third. Gonzalez up. He's 0 for 2, grounded out twice. And not this time, folks. That'll be a base hit in the center field, and that's going to tie this ball game up. So the Braves couldn't get the big base hit, and the Padres do, and it's 2-2. And now you got a runner down at first for Sweet. And Sweet is 1 for 1. He's doubled and walked his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. 35 and 7. That'll be fielding column 2. And that's going to be an E4. Everybody's safe. And the wheels are starting to come off the card here in the 6th. Can Devine pitch around this error? We've got Bill Allman due up now. And Allman is 1 for 2 with an RBI. He did strike out his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Bunnell. That'll end the inning. But the Padres score 1, make it a 2-2 ball game as we go to the top of the 7th with the bottom part of the order due up. You got Biff, Pokeroba, Cheney, and Devine. Pokeroba's 0 for 2 today. Can he get a board here? And that's going to be a ground ball back to Sweeney. Shirley for out number 1. And that brings up Cheney now. And Cheney's 0 for 2. He struck out his last time up. Can he get a 1-out rally? And that's going to be a swing and a miss again. Shirley struck him out for the 2nd time in a row. Only this 4th strikeout. That's going to be it for Devine. We'll have a pitch hitter for him. See who's going to come off the bench here. Most of the righties are already in the game. Cito is going to come in. Gaston. See if he can get aboard here with 2 outs. At the top of the 7th. Where's Cito at? There he is. Cito's batting 180 on the year with 2 homers and 4 RBIs.
Unknown caller.
And that's going to be swung on and miss. He strikes him out, and that'll end the top of the 7th. We go to the 7th inning stretch in a 2-2 ball game. And Craig's going to come in the game. You're going to have a pitch hitter here for Shirley. And then you got the lefty and the switch hitter coming up. You see the Braves are 22-40, batting .246 with a .313 on base percentage, slugging .366 with an OPS of .680. San Diego is 35-30 with an average of .242. And they got an on-base percentage of .312, slugging .363 with an OPS of .675. So like I say, Craig will come in the game to pitch. Then we'll have a pitch hitter here for Shirley in a 2-2 tie. So it's going to turn into a battle of the bullpens here. And let's see who's going to come in here to pitch it for Shirley. with the lefty on the mound. Gene, do they got another catcher? Yeah, they got another catcher. Gene Tennis is going to come off the bench here against the lefty. Because they do have another backup catcher, and Roberts. So Gene's going to come off the bench and pitch hit. That'll be it for Bob Shirley. He could still win this game if they come back here and lead here in the bottom of the seventh. And Craig's on the mound. This is his seventh appearance. He is 2-1 with a 3.68 ERA. He'll be facing Gene, the back-to-back Genes, the Gene brothers, Gene Tennis and Gene Richards, and then Smith. And Tennis is batting 177 with 6 homers and 16 RBIs. And that's going to be against the, well, we got to put the rest of his darn notes in there. Damn it. Messed that up, didn't we? Anything we got's his speed in there. So a little behind the scenes here as we put in Gene's notes. Okay. So should be a pulled left. He's a +8 against lefties and a -6 against righties. And there we go. And now back to the game here. And that's probably going to be a base hit for him here. It was a, yep, that's going to be a base hit in the left field. So Gene gets aboard here with a pitch hit single. And now the question is, do they want a pitch run for him? That is the question. Let's see. And they might have Randy Jones pitch run for him instead of burning another player here. Or do they want Jerry Turner to pitch run? Try to steal and stay out of the double play. That's what's going to happen here. Turner's going to come in and pitch run for Gene. So we're going to have a pitch runner here for Gene. And Jerry Turner, who hit the big homer in the last game. Now he's going to try to come in and pitch run. Try to beat the Braves again. We got a pitch runner down there and Jerry Turner. And he is going to take off and try to steal a 28. And that's going to be a 54 lower. Get in there, and he's in there with a stolen base. Gets in the scoring position now with nobody out. And you got Gene Richards up now with a runner down at second. Nobody out. Gene is 1 for 2. He is grounded out and walked and singled in this game. And that's going to be a base on balls. The only good part about it, it does set up the double play. And Ozzie Smith is looking to turn 2 here. Smith is 0 for 3. He is grounded out twice and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down short. Let's see if they can turn 2 here. 35 and an 8. That's going to be fielding column 2. And that is going to be F on first, safe at second. And that's the only play is going to be at first as Gene beats the down there. So it'll be a 6-3 put out, right? F batter safe for first, so that'll be a 6-4 put out. As Ozzy beats the throw down the first. And now got to bring the infield in. Can't let them score here. Thomas is 1 for 2. He's walked, flown out, and singled. Infield in. 1 out. Turner at third. Smith at first. And Smith might even try to steal here. Yeah, Smith's going to try to steal. It'll be a 34, so only a 65 or a 66 gets him. And he's down there at second now. And that gets rid of the double play anyway. Another stolen base. So now you got second and third. 1 out, infield in for Thomas. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Bunnell in center. 53 and a 2. That'll be fielding column 3. And that's going to be a re-roll of dice. And that's probably going to be deep enough to score Turner to give him the lead here. And see here with no throw. 63. Yep. Now let's see if Ozzy's going to try to get down the second, third. Yep, Ozzy will get the third. So that is a sacrifice fly to center. And the runners advance. And it's now a 3-2 ball game. Now you got Winfield up with 2 outs and a runner down at third. Can Craig keep this a 1-run game? Winfield is 0 for 3 today. Here's the pitch to Dave, and that's going to be a fly ball out to Matthews. That'll win the inning, but the sacrifice fly makes it 3-2 as we go to the top of the 8th. Do they bring in Fingers for a 2-inning save? Here is the question. And that's what they're going to do. Raleigh's coming in the game, trying to close it out. Going for his 13th save of the year. He'll be facing the top of the order here. So this is Fingers' 26th appearance. He's 2-1 with 12 saves on the year and with a 1.59 ERA. Like I said, he's got the top of the order due up here. Royster, Bunnell, and Matthews. Jerry's 0 for 2. He did walk and came around the score back in the first. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Fingers strikes him out for out number 1. And Barry Bunnell, can he get something going here? He did single his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ozzy. And there's quickly 2 outs here in the 8th. Now you got Matthews up. Can he get a 2-out rally started against Fingers? And he is 2 for 3, having a nice game. He's got 2 singles. Can he at least get 1 here? Nope. That's going to be a swing and a miss. And Fingers strikes him out. The Braves go down in order. To the bottom of the 8th we go. And see if Craig can keep this a 1-run game. Now he couldn't keep it tied. He's got Gamble, Gonzalez, and Sweet due up. Gamble's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Cheney for out number 1. Gonzalez comes up to the plate now. And Gonzalez, he's 1 for 3 with an RBI back in the 6th inning. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be a 7, and that's going to be a single. And he's aboard here with a 1-out single. So Gonzalez is down at first. Can they get a double play ball out of Sweet? He's 1 for 2. He's hit a double in this game. He's walked and reached on an error. So Rick's been on base every time. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered. That's a ground ball down the Royster. He's up with it. Fires over to second. Cheney over to first. 4-6-3 double play. We go to the top of the 9th with the Braves needing 1 run to tie. 2 to walk it off. You got the big boys due up here. Burris, Murphy, and Horner. Atlanta scored 231 runs on 42 homers, stolen 24 bases, been caught 14 times. Padres have scored 249 runs on 42 homers also. They've stolen 35 bases, been caught 17 times. Burris is 1 for 2 with that 2 RBI double. Can he get aboard here? And that's going to be an infield hit. Burris gets aboard here against Fingers. So the Braves got the tying run on first. And the go-ahead run at the plate. Can the Murph walk it off for the Braves and be the hero here? He is 0 for 3. He's grounded out, flown out, and struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first to get a base hit out of this deal. 3-2. Not a very good fielding first baseman. So that's going to be a single in the right field. And just like that, the Braves have got the first 2 batters aboard here. A tying run in scoring position to go ahead run at first. Bob Horner at the plate. Can Horner walk it off for the Braves? Bob is 0 for 3. He has struck out, flown out to center and left. Here's the pitch to Bob. And that's going to be hit down the third. 23-3. Can they turn a double play here? 23-3. That's 2. And that's going to be the old 5-4-3 double play. Now there's 2 outs, a runner down at third, and it's up to Biff Pokerova to try to tie this ball game up. Fingers gets the doctor order double play. Runner at third, 2 outs. Biff 0 for 3. Needs a base hit here to tie this game up. And he does, I believe. Way to go, Biff. That'll be, nope, that's not. That is going to be a fly ball out to Gene Richards. Makes a diving catch. Takes the base hit away from Biff Pokerova. A tip of the cap by Raleigh Fingers. And that's your ball game, folks. As the Braves come up short. First and second, nobody out and can't score in the 9th. That has been the tail of the tape the last few games here. Can't get the big damn hit. Remember, they had the bases loaded earlier. Take a look here at the box score. Both games here against these Padres, they've had their chances. The Padres, 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. The Braves, 2 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. Matthews and Burris, both 2 for 4 and 2 for 3, and 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. They left 5 men on base. And Gonzalez was the only multiple hit batter in the Padres lineup. Padres were only 2 for 8, and they left 7 men on base. DEVINE pitched a good game. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, walked 4, struck out 2. Craig, he goes to 2-2, 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, and walked 1. Shirley gets the win. He goes to 6-6, 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, walked 2, struck out 5. Finger picks up his 13th save, 2 innings, 2 hits, and 2 strikeouts. Take a look here at the rest of the National League games. You got the Astros taking on the Dodgers. in LA. And the Dodgers win 6 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors. The Astros 4 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. Then you got the Expos taking on the Mets in New York. And the Expos win 7 runs, 15 hits, and 1 error. The Mets 4 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. And you got the Cubs taking on the Pirates in Pittsburgh. The Candy Man's on the mound. See what he does here. And the Cubbies win. What's the star for? Kingman drove in 6 runs. He was 3 for 4, 2 homers, and 6 RBIs. The Cubbies and Kingman 6 runs on his own. He single-handedly beat the Pirates. 9 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. And the Pirates 5 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. And the final game here on the 21st, the Reds taking on the Giants in San Francisco. Can Tom Terrific beat the stinking Giants? And he does. Well, he doesn't, but the Reds do. Oh, you're welcome, Tim, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. The Reds are 3 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error, and the Giants 2 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. Take a look here at the standings and leaderboard in the National League. And the Phillies are now only a half a game up on the Expos. The Pirates are 2 games back. The Cubs 3.5. The Mets 14.5. And the Cardinals 15 games back. And in the West, with the loss, the Giants are only a half a game up on the Dodgers. The Padres 2.5 games back. The Astros 4.5. The Reds 5. And the Lonely Braves 15 games back. Larry Parrish with a .346 average leading the National League. George Foster with 15 homers and 58 RBIs now leading the National League. Jim Barr with a 2.01 ERA leading the National League. Rogers with his 11 wins. And you got Barr and Fingers both with 13 saves leading the National League. George Foster's leading in MVP voting, and Steve Rogers is leading in the Cy Young. The next game on the channel will be the third and final game of this series. Can the Braves avoid being swept here in San Diego? Let's see what the pitching matchup is going to be. And it's going to be Mickey Mailer going up against Bob Okowitzki. Should be a decent pitching matchup. I doubt it. Being sarcastic, Mickey is 0-5 with a 6.29 ERA. Bob is 4-7 with a 4.19. We'll see what happens here. And the final game, I want to thank Tim for stopping by. Cleveland Baseball Fan 879. Check out his great channel, folks. Does a lot of Strat baseball. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Hit that like button and bell. It helps the channel out. Don't cost you a dime. Till next time, you all have a great day and take care.